Oh, not that ugly thing again. Hello, my royal lovelies. Welcome back to the channel. Right, I had a weekend away, so I when I came back, what did I see? I saw Meghan wearing that red dress again. I think she's had it slightly altered this time. I'm not actually sure which format it's supposed to be in, because when she wore it a few years ago in New York, it seemed to have like a floaty bit of material attached to it, a bit like I don't know, like a little wraparound bit, whereas it was minus that little bit this time. So I don't know whether or not that had been added on the first time and taken off this time. I don't know. All I know is it looked crinkled, baggy, very ill-fitting. I mean, typically what we would expect when we see Meghan out and about. As I've said many a time, she needs to get an Amazon wish list, and she needs to put a steamer on it, and then maybe someone will take pity, and then maybe her Montecito mansion will actually possess something that can decrinkle her clothes. Anyway, you can decrinkle clothes, but you can't give someone taste. You can buy taste, but she's certainly not employing people that have taste. The dress is just really ill-fitting. And, I do not want to make it anyone's business to sort of body shame people's bodies, But you dress, don't you? Everyone knows that you dress to suit your body type. And Meghan just doesn't do that. And any stylist that she's paying, well, she needs a refund, to be quite honest, because they're not doing their job. It's very ill-fitting. I mean, what is going on with the chest area? Those chesticles, my goodness. I've seen more fat on a witch's tit. My goodness. They're like 2 fried eggs, my love. And that dress does not do a good job of, making her appear more womanly and shapely and, how you would want a nice red dress to make you feel and look. Anyway, she looks a mess. And the hair, what is going on with the hair? It looks quite greasy. I think she was going for a shiny look, like a shiny, glossy look. The sort that, you might see on Beyonce or J-Lo or someone like that. But, Meghan Markle is not J-Lo or Beyonce, is she? And certainly not Catherine, the Princess of Wales, who has beautiful, glossy, flowing locks. Meghan's just looks a bit greasy and ratty, doesn't it? I don't know. Is it a wig? I mean, I've got nothing against wigs, my love, to be honest. If I could get away with wearing a wig, I probably would. But if it is a wig, it's not a very good one. Right, and okay, let's talk about one more thing about her appearance. The colour red is not lost on me. Red, traditionally, is the Catholic colour of martyrdom. I'm not saying that Meghan is anything to do with being, Catholic or anything. But it's still that colour of being a martyr. And I think seeing as Meghan has been away, or Harry has been away from Meghan for going on 2 weeks now. Is it 2 weeks exactly? Anyway, it's been a long time. It's the longest time Harry and Meghan have been, in quotes, separated for a very long time. I can't remember the last time they've been apart this long. So is she wearing the colour of the martyr? I think the choice of red was very well chosen for Meghan. I mean, I don't think she has any right to play the martyr, especially when they are trying to capitalise on going very divergent, different paths. This is a tactic that even Harry and Meghan are now admitting to, because via friends, and we all know that via friends mean that Meghan has given the authorization to her friends to talk to People magazine or whatever it is. So Friends, aka Meghan, has revealed that they are sort of, on these separate work paths. But before I move on to my thoughts on that, I also want to talk about Meghan's lack of jewellery. So she does have her rings on, but she doesn't have a necklace. I mean, she didn't wear a necklace when she wore the dress for the first time. I think it was 2021. But I think she's going for the kind of pure, simple, stripped down look. I'm laughing at the use of the word pure in the same sentence as Meghan. Like, that is not a word that you would typically use. But you get what I'm saying. She's trying to strip it back. She's trying to look and appear sort of natural, pure, simple, unoffensive, wearing red, the colour of martyrdom, open-toed shoes, trying not to be very closed off. The body language is all sort of, look at me, I'm Megsy baby. And how on earth has she squished those toes into those shoes? Honestly. Does she not own a full length mirror as well? Okay, Meghan, add onto your wish list. So you've got your steamer added on your wish list. You now need to add full length mirror as well, just so you can check yourself before you go out. Coco Chanel, you are not, my dear. So simple stripped back makeup as well. She's trying to go for the glossy, dewy look. She just looks a bit sweaty, doesn't she? Yes, I think she needs one of those sticks that kind of, gets rid of anti-shine stick. That's what she needs, an anti-shine stick. Bit of talcum powder might do the job. Anyway, let's move on from how she's looking. She was obviously happy with the way that she was turned out. I don't think many people are. So this divergent path, I think they are definitely trying to sort of divide and conquer and separate. A little bit like her dress should have tried to do, lift and separate. It wasn't really doing the job, was it? Anyway, I digress. Let's get away from that hideous outfit for one moment. Meghan is trying to be the the entrepreneur. Harry is trying to be more the sort of going down the charity route, the kind of work that he would have done as a working royal. And I think this is the strategy. Meghan earns the bacon, brings home the bacon, I should say, brings home the ka-ching ching. I'm never going to say that ever again. That sounded awful. So Meghan wants to make the bucks, and Harry wants to be kind of the front of kind of faux royal work. They're trying to stick in their lanes. The only problem with this strategy is that it's so glaringly obvious what they're trying to do that even they can't deny it. So is anybody really going to buy Meghan's dog biscuits and her wine if she has it and her jam when the Netflix show comes out? I don't think she is likeable enough by enough people to make it work. I think to have like a global brand, you need to have a good chunk of people on your side. Meghan and Harry are very divisive. And I think what they've thought is that together we're very divisive. Separately, if we try and stick to our lanes, are we going to be more palatable in terms of commercial success? Harry, I think, has the ultimate aim of returning to being a working royal. That's all this is. All what we've seen in New York, in Africa, coming back to the UK briefly. It's all trying to prove and show that he can be a working royal without Meghan. Because he knows, as well as Meghan knows, as well as everyone knows, that Meghan is not going to be accepted back in the UK after all the things that she has said and done. Harry mistakenly thinks that he will be accepted back into the country if only he can demonstrate his worth, his value, that he can do it without Meghan, that they aren't joined at the hip. Again, the problem is Harry is too far up his own arse, yes, I used the word arse, to see the wood for the trees. He doesn't actually see that he's incredibly transparent and that people are as equally upset, if not more, with him than what they are at Meghan. Yes, I think people, generally speaking, in the UK, and she's always going to have her supporters over here, but generally speaking, people do not like the way that Meghan's acted, and people think that Meghan has influenced Harry. But we all know that Harry has had these thoughts and feelings. He's always had issues being the spare. He's had terrible mental health issues relating to the press and the loss of his mother. So we all know that he's had these issues, but we also realise that Meghan has compounded the issues and brought them out and revealed Harry's true self and true nature. We don't have short memories, my lovies. So Harry trying to pitch himself as being able to go back. Basically, Harry wants exactly what he put out when he first spectacularly flounced off. Do you remember that website that had his list of demands, even going as far as presuming that he would retain his royal protection? He wants that. He wants to come back, flit between Montecito and the UK. He wants to fill in and step in for the King and Prince William when required. Basically, he wants to be a part-time working royal, and his way of doing it, squaring it off in his head, is, oh well, Meghan's the one that's doing all the work. She's the one earning the money with the brand and whatever. I'm the one that's going to go back and do all of the royal work. That's how he's trying to split it. So they've also come out and pretty much sort of said that they'll be coming back to be doing engagements together. I don't mean back in the UK. I mean just in general. They'll be doing joint engagements and things. But I do think this is the way this is their plan. Their plan is to divide and conquer. The only thing is they're not going to conquer anything at this rate, because Meghan is not going to sell enough products to keep them both going. Harry is not going to be accepted back in the UK as a working royal. He can try and demonstrate it as much as he wants. It's not going to happen. I still think there's something brewing for Christmas. I think Harry and Meghan are trying to wheedle their way back into Sandringham for Christmas. Watch this space. We'll have to wait and see for that one. Maybe an invitation's been sent out. We really don't know. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Harry's first step back in might be to try and get himself in for Sandringham at Christmas. Will it happen? Don't know. Only time will tell. But this is what I think they want. I think they want this sort of mixed life, mixed role, exactly what they proposed before the Sandringham Agreement. So Harry has not really budged or moved an inch in what he wants. So I would say beware, King Charles, beware, Prince William, Prince of Wales, because I think this is what the strategy is. I don't think I have to worry, because it's incredibly transparent. Everyone can quite clearly see. Now, let's just go back for a moment to Meghan and her body language. Body language sounds like Ursula, doesn't it? From The Little Mermaid. She is clinging on to, who is this? Chatting with friend Kelly McKee. Why is she clinging on? Well, she hasn't got Harry to grip onto with those monster claws, has she? So she's gripping onto her, in quote, hashtag friends. Why is she gripping on like that? Is she trying to give, the notion of being shy? I think I laughed so hard earlier. I don't think I can quite recreate it, but when someone put shy and Meghan Markle in the same sentence, I laughed so hard. She's not being shy. She's trying to control. She's trying to sort of, latch on to people and keep them and control them, which is Meghan's way. So I'm not going to diss, obviously, the charity gala that Meghan attended. Obviously, any sort of hospice, children's hospital is a very, very, very worthy cause. And I'm sure that, anything that can be raised for that charity is most welcome. So I imagine there's a donation somewhere. So if you do want to go and donate, do feel free. But yeah, I think Meghan is trying to use these charities because, to be perfectly honest, the only reason why I think she was out there is because there's all the talk on social media about Harry and Meghan, being separated for over 2 weeks. And then she comes out and does this to try and show that it's because we're on these different paths. Well, denial is not just a river in Egypt, my love. Sometimes that, you can protest too much. And actually, when you start protesting too much, it often means that there's some kind of truth in it. Harry, I did read the comments on my previous video about Harry looking the most happy that he's looked for a long time. And there was various opinions about whether or not, he was acting and putting it on. I still genuinely think that Harry is happier when he's not with Meghan, when he hasn't got that limpet latched on tight, that monster claw grabbing on and sort of dragging him down, gripping him by the shoe. He does seem happier. He does seem more free. He does seem more at ease with himself. I think, he has been in the clutches of Meghan for far too long. And I think Harry's totally realised the life that he's lost, the life that he gave up. I mean, emphasis on that he gave it up because it wasn't taken from him. He chose to give it up. And I just think he's realising now, he's coming to realise exactly what he has left behind. Harry was born a royal. Harry grew up sort of, learning the tricks of the trade and all the rest of it, which it still staggers me to this day. I still cannot believe that he had such a lack of understanding of how things worked when he was brought up in it. But, he was at one time a very, very popular working royal. Yes, he's revealed his true inner self now, but I think, Meghan, as I said before, did not help in this at all. Right, I can't stand to look. I can't stand to stare because my eyes went like, oh my God, I can't believe she's wearing that. I can't stand to look at Meghan for a moment longer. Neither can I stare to look or even talk about Prince Harry for a moment longer. So I'm going to go now. Please, please, please let me know in the comments section below what you think about all of this. Please let me know your thoughts and comments. I do read them all. I don't always get time to answer all of them or even like or heart them, but I do read all of them. So thank you very, very much for all of your kind comments. Thank you also for watching my video, the previous video about all the other royals, about not Harry and Meghan. So thank you very, very much. Right, I'm off. Thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, then please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media. And of course, do hit that bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. So from me, to you all my lovies, and goodbye.